Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good morning.
Morning.
Hey, Christina, good morning. Catherine, Simon. Golden Star. We don't have a proper name. Good morning. Alrighty. We are going to speak about the 3D floor planner today. And I'm going to bring the mic to Dalia.
Perfect. So just give me 1 second. Very welcome, everybody. Let me start while introducing myself. My name is Dalia and I'm part of the onboarding team. I'm here today with Natalie and Taber from the client support team. And this is the second session about the floor plan and conceptualizing the plan, so creating the space. So that's what we're gonna talk about today. And I will try to walk you through the agenda, and of course, feel free to ask us any questions. You can pop up the question in the chat or just unmute yourself. We're a small group, so it will be nice to hear your voices too. And please stop me anytime if there is anything that is not clear. So I will start. Let me just check it. Okay, I think everyone is inside the room. Oh, perfect. So let's move to the next slide. Great. So this is, as I mentioned, this is the second of the 4 sessions about the 3D floor plan. So today in particular, we're gonna see together how to create a floor plan, what are the benefits, and how you can start using these features straight away. And Taber will help us with a demo that's gonna help you a lot better understanding this feature. So as to drive you through the agenda, this session is going to take around half an hour. We will try to review together the value of a 3D floor plan, and especially how Houzz 3D floor plan can really help you achieving this value. Then we will move over to the demo, and then we can discuss your takeaways and any suggestion that you might have. Perfect. So let's start with a quick discussion in general about a 3D floor plan and how, if you're currently using it, it's helping managing your business. So first of all, I wanted to ask you, what is the value of having or creating in general? I'm not talking just about the 3D floor plan in Houzz, but what's the value of creating a 3D floor plan? So
for the client to be able to see a visual aspect of the plans as well. So visual concepts.
Perfect. I think we have a chat right here. Perfect. Help visualize the space for client. Yeah, that's very important.
Yes, Alex from Co-Paints. Oh, Alex, yes. Can I call you?
Perfect. And then, okay, great. So it really helps, let's say, to show the client what's in the client mind, that sometimes is not really easy just discussing via phone call or maybe showing a 2D floor plan, because the 3D is really like being that and being in the space. And what's the process for creating a 3D floor plan? What do we need in order to create a 3D floor plan? If someone wants to share it with us in the chat, maybe Natalie, you can give us some advice. What's the most important section?
Yeah, just a question to the group, I guess. Does anyone have any other software than Houzz Pro that you're currently using for 3D floor planner? Anyone using SketchUp or any other software?
Okay, AutoCAD. Yeah, that's very, very popular.
And Simon, if you want to unmute yourself, what do you like about AutoCAD, and maybe what could be improved?
For me, the AutoCAD is good because I can split it all up into the different layers for the construction. So I'm more the developer than the architect or things. But it's very difficult using AutoCAD to get a nice visual image that the customer could see. So even though it's better for me, AutoCAD necessarily, because it's got lots of information embedded in the plans, and there are more plans than a 3D image, then it's difficult to produce, or it's difficult for me to produce a nice 3D image off the AutoCAD. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to jump on this seminar, so I could start using yours to do, sketches and images that the clients can sort of like see easily, and it is more of a visual aid.
Yeah, that's a great feedback, Simon. So I guess it takes time for you. It's time consuming creating an AutoCAD currently, right?
Yeah.
Perfect, great. And of course, we know if the image is clear for you and for the client at the same time, you're gonna save a lot of time because you can reproduce what they want in a 3D way. So it's gonna be easier. You're gonna love it. Perfect. So let's move. Let's see if we have another question. So
and Catherine, may I ask you as well if you want to unmute yourself and speak a little bit about what you liked with SketchUp?
Hi everybody. I just I think it's quite easy to use once you get the handle on it. But there was some drawbacks. The 2D is really good as a layout, and the 3D takes quite a time to put it together. And from what I've seen on this, it's a little bit quicker, and there's a little bit more glamorous as well. I haven't used it yet because I'm quite new to Houzz, but that's one of the attractions for me coming to Houzz, the 3D. Excuse me.
Thank you so much, Catherine, for your feedback. So yeah, of course, let's say one of the last questions we wanted to discuss about is really how a 3D floor plan can help us convey the vision of the project. Let's say that's our main goal. So make visual what is in the professional concept and what's the client concept too. So as I think Simon was mentioning too, it's gonna help visualize the spaces, and so less numbers but more like the colors and the finishes and the areas where you're actually working in the project. So do you have any other maybe feedback about how a 3D floor plan can really help your business and help your communication with clients? Anything you would like to share? And then we're moving to the next slide. I think maybe once you will see something pretty new for you, it's gonna be probably easy. Yeah, exactly. Reducing misunderstandings, that's really important, because then everything is there, everything is clear, so the client really feels like guided through the process. And if the communication is easier, we all know that in general, the project or the time you're spending with the client is going to be more efficient and, of course, easier in general. So let's move to the next section about the 3D floor planner. So here we have some key bullet points about how Houzz Pro is really Houzz Pro 3D floor plan is gonna help you, and it's gonna be really efficient for your business. So first of all, I wanted to share that it's really quick to build, so you're gonna save time. It's very, very easy in order even to check the measurements or make amendments. So you're gonna see it's very quick. It's user-friendly, so that's very important. You're gonna have also in Houzz Pro a lot of video tutorials or guidelines that are gonna help you in terms of how the floor plan is user-friendly. So not just for you, but even for member of your teams that can use it with you, or maybe you can even build a 3D floor plan while you are in a phone call or in a video call with a client. So it's gonna be really, really easy. And another really important feature is that it's gonna be compatible even with different, say it depends, you can access even from the browser. So even if you're not in your own office, but you're in front of your different computer, you can just log in Houzz Pro with your credentials, and you can use the 3D floor plan. So you're not gonna have to download every time a software or having any specific maybe tickets that's gonna help you downloading the software, because you will just gonna need internet, let's say. Okay, so we're gonna move right now to one of the most important parts. I think what you're waiting for about the 3D floor plan, that is the feature demo, and Xavier is gonna help us with that. So Xavier, if you would like to take over, so you can explain what we're gonna see today during the demo.
Yes, thank you, Dalia. So yeah, I'm about to take you through a demo of the 3D floor planner, and we're going to go through the structures, basically the walls, the windows, and the doors, and the staircases and things like that. And we're going to look at the products and the sources. That would be the furniture, for example. Then we're going to look at the materials and the finish. And that's basically how customizable the items we're going to add to the floor plan are. And we're going to look at how to share and how to export the 3D floor planner.
Perfect. So I'm going to leave the screen with you.
Yeah, I'm going to share my screen.
Show us.
Okay. So as you can see, I am here on the Houzz Pro dashboard, and I can start creating a 3D floor plan just by clicking right here. And you will see it will basically open up a file, and by default it will start, with 4 simple walls. I can draw additional walls, but by going over here in the draw walls tool. So again, I just clicked on it, and now I can just add walls by simply clicking and dragging the line along. And as you can see, we have these very helpful red lines that kind of tell me if I'm aligned with other walls as well. So yeah, basically I'm not gonna do a very nice 3D floor plan today. What I really want to do here is I want to show you what the 3D floor plan can do, and I don't want to be too repetitive. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add some structures. For example, just some doors here. Again, I will just click and I will drag it in, and you will see what have been added to the wall. I can again just click and move it along, and I can place it wherever I want. I can also flip the direction of the door, and I can do the same thing with windows as well. I can add multiple windows here, and we do have a lot of structures that we can add. As you can see, we have staircases, wall partitions, indoor fireplaces, and wall openings. What you can also do, once you have added an item, you can here change the dimensions, for example, the width, the height, and the distance from the floor. And right now, it's very difficult to visualize the height distance from the floor. So we're going to go into the dollhouse, and right here, you get a very nice 3D view of the model you've just created. And one of the advantages of our 3D floor plan is that it's very quick to use, and you can create something within a matter of minutes. I understand if you're using AutoCAD or SketchUp, it can be quite tedious to create something simple as well, because you really start from scratch. But here we have pre-populated things that most houses will have. So yeah, I'm going to go back into the floor plan, and I'm going to go back into products. And as you can see, we have again very long list of things that you can pre-populate your 3D floor plan with. We have bedroom furniture, we have beds, we have living room sets, dining table sets. So again, I just click and drag and drop it. And I can also, again, adjust the dimensions of these items as well. And I can select the finish. Now, the difference between products and source is that products are really supposed to be just a placeholder. So they will be white mainly, and you can, however, change the finish of it. But it will basically just change the whole thing. But if you go into the source, you will see you have a lot more products that are a lot more detailed, that really bring a lot more life into your 3D floor plan. The only problem, however, is that this may not be the products that you can provide to your client. So it's really up to you if you want to just add the products to be placeholders, or the source products to really maybe represent your idea a bit more. But yeah, another thing that we can do
Can I pause you there, Xavier?
Yes.
Yes. In terms of the product that you clip with the clipper, so if you're on interior design and you're able to source product yourself with the clipper tool, is that something you can add in the 3D floor planner as well?
So not at the moment, and that's because the items you clip with the clipper tool are in 2D. If you add pictures, those are 2D images, and this is really a 3D feature that we have. So you cannot create a 3D item from a 2D image. So that is not possible.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. I was going to show you that we can also select the floor, for example. If I press Shift and then I select the other floor, I can change just the whole flooring of the 3D floor plan. And I also have the option to change the wall colors, to select the paint colors. Yeah, so as you can see, it's very, very easy to use. There's really not much to it. What we really try to convey with the 3D floor plan is that it's your vision, really. And excuse me. And yeah, as I said before, you can do something within just a couple of minutes. And that's pretty much
in terms of the colors of the door or the windows, is that also something that can be changed?
Yes, my apologies. If you just click on the door, for example, you can see here that you can select the finish, and you can also select the hardware finish, and this would be, in this case, the door handle, for example. Yeah, and you can also do that with the window as well. Yeah, you can also select the wall, and you can change the wall height and the wall thickness as well. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. As I said before, it's a very straightforward tool. And yeah, I'm going to show you how to export this. So if I go into share, one of the things you can do is you can share the link. And if you copy this link and send it to a client, for example, the client will have the option to look at the 3D floor plan in an interactive way. So he or she will have access to the 2D floor plan and to the dollhouse view. And your client won't be able to edit anything, but he will just be able to, have a look around it. There's also a walkthrough view. It's basically from a human perspective, so to speak, from a human height, and then you can just walk around the room. Yeah.
We have one question coming in from Lisa, if you can keep it saved. So can you go back to a floor plan that you're working on at a later stage as well? And if so, how would you do so?
I'm sorry, what was the question? If you can save it.
Yeah, if you can save it, and then can you go back to it later on and continue working on it? And where would you then reach the floor plan that you have worked on? And then another question is add light fittings as no ceilings. So light fixtures, is that something that we have? And if so, how do we display them?
Yes, we do have light fixtures. So you can see if I just type in light, you will have a range of options. And just gonna go into the floor plan. Can I just click and drag it? And it will be displaying basically like this. So we do have that option, yes. And then in terms of saving, as you can see, we have here the save button. And so as I click save, it would have saved. And then if I go back to Houzz Pro from the dashboard, and I go into design and then into 3D floor plans, you will find all 3D floor plans you've created here. And this is the one that I haven't yet named that we're using at the moment. So yeah, you can always go back and edit it.
Could
Perfect.
you to Christina also? Oh, sorry, Natalie.
Another.
Oh, yeah, I think we can't hear you. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was wondering if you could show us how to save it as a PDF and how to share it with a client too.
Yeah, so as I said before, one of the ways you can share with the client is by sending this link that you will find here. So you click copy and you can send it to them via the messenger or via email. And if we go into actions, we can click on print and we can select save as PDF. And then if we click on save, it would export it as a PDF. And something to bear in mind is that the PDF that will export will depend on the view you're currently on. So for example, if the view I'm currently on is like this, and then I export it as a PDF, then it will export that view as well. So you can, if you want to export multiple views, just have to, adjust the camera and then click on print and then save as PDF. And then it will export it as a PDF with the view that you currently have. Yeah.
Where is it actually saving it to? Where are you exporting it to?
Oh, my apologies. If I click save, it will save it to the 3D floor plan in the Houzz Pro dashboard. And if I click on print, and it will basically save it in your desktop or in your downloads. So right now I can save it on my desktop.
Okay. And we can save it as a PDF only and not any other.
And yeah, you can see right here is the PDF then that I have just created. Yeah. So it will save directly onto your computer.
Can you save it in any other format other than PDF?
Not at the moment. Another thing you can do is you could take a screenshot by clicking Command Shift and 4 on a Mac, and then you will be able to export it as an image file, for example. That is a workaround we sometimes use. But you are also able to change the format from a PDF file into a JPEG file or a PNG file. Yeah.
In case if you want to rework later on the same file, you have to open it as a PDF in Houzz.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
In case we want to rework, I'm in the middle of the project and I save it as a PDF. It's going to be saved in my downloads. And can I rework on the same file again? PDF format.
Yes, of course. You can again go back into Houzz Pro and you can reopen the project. You can always do that.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, but you cannot work from a PDF. So the PDF that you have exported, that will sort of remain static, and you cannot work on it as you do in the Houzz Pro dashboard. But this is just basically to share it with your client, for example. That's why we have the option to export as a PDF or also print it. Yeah.
Something very useful about, well, working in a current 3D floor plan, you always can duplicate a 3D floor plan and maybe do some adjustments in order to keep both of them and maybe showing the clients two different versions without every time going back to the designing again from zero the 3D floor plan.
Exactly. Yes. Thank you, Dalia. And you do that again just by going into design, 3D floor plans. And then if you just click here on these three dots and you click on duplicate, it will basically create a copy of the 3D floor plan. And yeah, like Dalia said, it's very useful if you want to show multiple options to a client. Yeah. And I think that's pretty much the 3D floor plan. Yeah. Does anybody have any other questions?
How did you name it, please?
Oh, if you just go here, you'll be able to name it like test floor plan.
Yeah.
So you can always rename it as well.
Sorry, I have a question. How can I get the sections or elevations of this room or floor plan? Yeah, it's just a floor plan.
Could you maybe come a bit closer to the microphone because I'm having trouble hearing you?
How can I get the sectional elevations?
What do you mean elevations?
The vertical heights.
So you mean the wall heights?
Yes, the wall heights.
Like 2D, you mean?
Yeah.
The elevation of one wall, is that what you mean?
So as you can see here, you have the default wall height, and if you change this number, it will change all the height of the walls. And yeah, this will be visible under structure and structure parameters. Is that what you mean?
Like we have this a floor plan with the dimensions. We will have sectional elevations with the dimension, the vertical heights, showing the vertical heights of the building. Can we have that in here?
So you mean like when like two floors are at different levels? Is that sort of what you mean?
It's when two floors are at different levels, how do you show the heights to the client? It's just that we are sharing the 3D views, or we can give the sectional elevational drawings.
I'm sorry, Dalia, do you understand maybe what she's referring to, because I'm having trouble understanding?
I think maybe it's still relating to showing the heights of the ceiling, Lisa.
The ceiling height of the window sill, window height.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so how, let's say maybe if you could try maybe with a window, how you can maybe move the window like in the ceiling in order to show the distance from the position, the distance from the floor, because the ceilings at the moment we cannot see them. We don't have this view. Of course, it's a great product request to have it in the future, but for now it's more like you can change it, but you can kind of imagine the ceiling. I'm not sure if Xavier or Natalie, if you have any other suggestions.
I'm thinking, but I don't think there is a workaround at the moment. But yes, you can see here you can change the position from the window at the distance from the floor.
And so, what if you try maybe changing this? If you go back, Xavier, 1 second to if you try to change the default wall height, how it's gonna change in the 3D floor plan. Now it's 2.44. Yeah, let's try. Yeah, maybe it will give a bit the, let's say the idea, but you cannot actually
I think
Yeah.
it's a very nice for a proposal to show a client how the room is going to look and to do a basic floor plan of the floor sizes. I think the issue is that if you want to do more technical drawings, more in-depth elevation technical drawings, so you can actually see exactly where a window starts and where it finishes. So basically the same as a floor plan, but the dimensions on an elevation, you can't really use this for technical. I think that's the issue with this from what I can see. It's great for a design proposal, but when it comes into working drawings, and for instance, if I was going to give an instruction to a builder, how would he know where to fit that window if it was an extension, say, and he was building it from scratch? He'd see a nice picture of the room with the window in the middle of it, and he'd see how wide that window is, but how would he know exactly, how tall the skirtings would be, or how high up the window would go, or that's the issue. So I'm just trying to work out if we're missing something or if it's just a limitation. That's all.
No, yeah, so I understand what you mean, and like you mentioned as well, it's our 3D floor plan is supposed to be a visualization tool, and it's supposed to be a bit less technical.
Yeah.
As far as measurement goes, like it will be most accurate on the 2D view, so you will have all measurements here, but yeah, you will not have them on the dollhouse, unfortunately.
Is there an option perhaps to add some footnotes? So for instance, if I was giving that floor plan to a client, could I add a footnote to say ceiling height is 2.4, radiator height? Do you know what I mean? Just like some footnotes, or would that have to be just on a separate document that I was sending them? I'm just trying to see how far I can take it.
Yeah, I understand. And usually what I recommend you do is, again, copy the link. And then if you go into any project, just gonna pick this one. And if you go into messages, you could just paste it here and then just add all the information.
Okay, that makes sense. That can work. No, it's really good. It's really great.
Yeah.
Another workaround maybe might be even using the mood board. So what you can do, maybe you can kind of screenshot the section from a 3D doll house, and then in the mood board there you can add notes, add measurements, and then share the mood board maybe with other professionals. So that might be another way. But yeah, you need to screenshot a specific section, and then from PDF or from the image version, you can upload that in the mood board.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, were great questions. Lot to
Sure.
work around.
Yeah.
There is one more question in the chat from Christina, how one add a boxed in part of the wall. So if you have pipes and then you box them in, is there a way to add that in the 3D floor planner?
I don't think so at the moment, unfortunately. Right? I don't know, Natalie.
I'm thinking the way that you showed yesterday when you divided two walls with one more wall, if you can change the thickness of that wall, maybe.
Oh, you mean? Oh, sorry, that's the wrong one. I have a bit of trouble selecting this. Boom. Do you mean sort of like this?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that would be one way of doing it. Depending on really what type of pipes you wanna run through. I also sometimes recommend that you just create just a square. Also, if you have to add a chimney, just create a square, because that's really what the chimney would be. Yeah. Does that answer the question?
Perfect. Yes.
Okay. Great. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. So now that you have discovered the 3D floor plan, do you feel confident to start using the 3D floor planner? It's a question to everyone. So
Yeah, I need to try. That's for sure. Need to try to play around a bit.
yeah, I think that is also a great way to learn to use and really get comfortable with it. Just, you know, open it up and then just try to play around with it, and you pretty quickly get the hang of it. Okay, I'm just gonna go on to the next question then. How would using the 3D floor planner improve your workflow? Anyone?
Yeah, save time, sure speed. And there is also a lot of updates going on the 3D floor plan. So we've seen a huge difference is how the 3D floor plan was 6 months ago compared to now. So I'm pretty positive that, of course, depending on your feedback too, we can submit product requests in order to keep improving the floor plan and the quality even of the finishings and the furniture too.
Sure. Yeah. Unfortunately, I cannot see the chat right now because I'm in the presentation mode. So, Dali, if you can just read them out to me, that'll be great.
Yeah.
See them. Yeah.
So yeah, especially it's like save time, speed, great for quick proposals.
For sure. Yeah.
I think it's a great visual tool to show your clients, you know, the visual image of what you're trying to portray. But obviously, I don't think it's ever designed to be like a building regs tool that, you know, you could give to a builder. You know, if I got something like that, I don't think it's trying to be that. So, but you know, as a visual tool, and one of the things is when you're using things like AutoCAD, they are more of a professional tool. And when you give the client AutoCAD plans, they don't know, they can't make head and tail of them. So, but doing this, it'd be really beneficial so you can see.
Yes, for sure. Thank you, Simon. I think it's also very important to understand the difference, and that we're really not trying to be AutoCAD. What we're trying to do is create something easy to use and, you know, quick to put out for a client. So yeah. Okay, do you have a project that could benefit from a 3D floor plan?
Yes, always yes. Nice. It's time to start trying.
So
great, Lisa, all of them.
Yeah, so what I really want to achieve with this question is that if you do have a project that you could use the 3D floor plan for, is that you could book a one-to-one training call with me, and we can really work on that together. And I can again show you the 3D floor plan really on a one-to-one. And I'm gonna share.
Yes, we can. Okay, you're gonna share it, Xavier, right? Because I was looking for the link, but yeah, if you have it, can share in the chat.
Yeah, I just have to. 1 second. Okay. So the link you have here, if you click on it, you'll be able to schedule a one-to-one with me really at your convenience. So feel free to do that. And yeah, that's pretty much it from me. Back to you, Del.
Yeah. So yeah, just let's say this is our last slide. So you still have time to ask questions, but mainly we wanted to focus on your top takeaway from this session. So hopefully, really hope you can now start testing the 3D floor plan, and as Xavier was mentioning, booking one-to-one and training, and maybe to see a specific case with a specific queer project you're currently working on. So what's your main takeaway? You can even type in the chat from this session. So we're mentioning it's time saving, quick to use. If you have any other takeaway, perfect. To get started. Thank you, Catherine, too. How easy it looks to use. Right? No, we did a really basic floor plan, but that's a good start. So you can see all the feature. Can offer 3D where it was not cost effective previously. It took too long to do. Sure, exactly. It's an easy, quick way to offer already a first stage something to the client without for you spending too much time in AutoCAD or in other software. Plus, it's really important that you're gonna have everything in Houzz Pro. So you're gonna have the 3D floor plan. You can save your products, so you can keep track of everything during the different project phases from the beginning to up to the end. Great. So as I was mentioning, it's really important that you let us know how we can add more value to the 3D floor plan. In Houzz Pro, you have a specific section from the support section where you can even send us a feedback. So please, if you try to use it, if you do a test, if something is not clear or you would like for us to improve something in the next month, send directly a feedback. So it will be received from our product team, and we will try our best to work on that in order to improve the value of the 3D floor plan. And well, last but not least, Xavier, if you wouldn't mind sharing in the chat our survey. So if you want to give us already some feedback or any extra information you would like to share, you can send us directly. Thank you, Natalie, via the survey. Do you have any more questions, concerns, anything at all? I hope we've been efficient with your time, and I hope it was really useful. Not sure if Natalie, Xavier, if you would like to add anything.
I think I'm just going to show you how you can reach out for support. It's again very easy from the
Thank you.
From the dashboard. So you can see here support, and you can click here on submit a support ticket, and we really aim to get back to you within a couple of hours. So yeah, if you ever need help, just go ahead and do that, and we'll be happy to help you or schedule a one-to-one. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're looking forward to see you to our next tutorials we were mentioning in the chat. So you can find the link from Natalie. So please feel free to book a tutorial and keep up with all the next session. So we can make sure and follow up. Just to review with you what's the next session is gonna be about. Let me just check 1 second. Yeah, it's gonna be specifically about, let me share, I can share the screen again, Xavier, if you want, just to show the next section. So the 15th of December is gonna be about specifically how to design a kitchen. One of the most complicated section, and in the 3D floor plan, the requested one. And then the 22nd, so just before Christmas, it will be about walk through the space. That's a really nice feature that you can use with your clients. So please, we wait for you, book your session, and we will see you next week, hopefully.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.